Birthday Howard, birthday Shai, birthday Howard, birthday Shai, call Allah and Wahwa, Hayanel Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kogodash, giving all praises to our power, blessings to our power, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kogodash, bless you, Yahweh, bless you, in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit, which I utter in the Paleo Hebrew, language has returned unto us Hebrew Israelites. The Hebrew Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those Israelite foreigners, like unto the speckled bird, being variegated, coming and looking in different appearance from the nations where they've been scattered to. I give a shalom, meaning peace, to you, and may Yahweh Shem Shai continue to send mercy and blessings upon you and your family. All right, through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, Shemya Mappa, my name is Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia. Coming with a wee lesson, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Great Millstone, who well as well. This wee lesson just going into the Hebrew, specifically a verse that I just got some understanding. I did it prior, sometime a bit ago. I was just going through it because these verses, they hold the most supreme weight, period. And the word is just true. It's so pure, and you don't have to be confused and have the lack of understanding due to having the Ruach, the Holy Spirit. All right, this is Job, real quick, 32. Very, very short lesson, by the way. 32 and verse 8. It says, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Right? There's a spirit that's within a man, and the inspiration, which is should be nashima. Yeah, nashima. So when I say in my Hebrew lessons, or I usually say, I say it often, nashima. Nashima. Yahweh Shem Yashai Nathan Laya Hanashima Kayaza Yawam. For this day, Lord, give me the inspiration. Okay, going into the flowing in. Okay, the breath, the spirit. Okay, which is the wisdom. All right, from the shum, which in the shum goes into pant. Okay, as if one is breathing. All right, upon you. Okay, which. If someone is being is very intimately close to you, they're in distance, and like imagine someone being close to your ear, azan. They're gonna tell you the very secrets. All right, this is the wisdom. Okay, the breath, the divine inspiration. Okay, from the power. Okay, and of course. We go to the wisdom of Solomon. Give you more understanding on things. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. I'm going to start here. Here, therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, azan, the thun or thun, azan, ear. All right. Ye that rule, mashal, ha'im, the people, in Hawaii, and the multitude, and the glory of the nations. Okay. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels, because being ministers of the king of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the power. Right. Now I'm gonna go down. This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 21. And I can even start a bit above. There's so many good scriptures. It says, incorruption maketh us near to the power. Okay, that's why we want to be in line with what the scriptures say. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth of a kingdom, right? Because the kingdom is going to be ruled by wisdom, by the words in the scriptures. For it says, if your delight be then thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, the elect, starting with the house of David, by Yahweh, the 144,000 men, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, or hakama, which that's the Hebrew word for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you and will not hide mysteries from you. So that the wisdom will give you the mysteries and tell you and open up herself to you. Okay, Sophia, which is wisdom. That's how you say it, I believe. Maybe in a Greek word for wisdom. Sophia, okay? Which is wisdom, prudence, discreetness, okay? It's going to tell you. It says, and I will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek out from the beginning of her nativity and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. Okay. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, the elect. And a wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. So this does us good, you know, the wisdom. All right, talk about the wisdom here, the breath here. When you look and read down, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passes and goeth through all things by the reason of her pureness. For she is the breath. Okay, there you go. That breath, the shum of the power, and the pure influence that flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore, can no undefiled thing fall into her. No defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting, the unspotted mirror, the face of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness. Right. Okay, for in being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. So we would, do this generation, this age, this time, it's just re-entering us. All right. Because we predestined, and our minds been stirred up, you know. She making them friends of the power, special companions. All right, Ra'ai in the Hebrew, and prophets. Okay, for the power loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, and that's heavy too. You know, him emphasizing, of course, to you men I call. All right, for she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of the stars, being compared with the light, she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Vice. Remember, there's this band called Vice the Monsters, a heavy hardcore band. Metal, as you would say, but heavy metal, but heavy post-hardcore, different. But moral vice, the monster. So vice is moral fault and wickedness. Okay, so moral fault and wickedness will not prevail against wisdom. Okay, because if you had the wisdom, that would be able to overcome the wickedness. Okay. If you do choose light, choose what's right, what's morally correct. All right? And your morals go back to the laws. Okay? Right behavior come back to the law. All right? Proper. All right? That's what's kashar. All right? Or kosher. Proper. All right? Pertaining manners. Okay? We have a body of ethics, the law, statutes, commandments. And Scriptures have showed that. So now going just to this here, and there's other scriptures that came to me. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord Yahweh shall be praised. So favor is deceitful. So hun, which is going to grace. Okay. Favor is deceitful, and let's just go into some of these words even more. All right, so favor, attractiveness, beauty, and charm. Okay, favor. Okay, so beauty, charm. Okay. There's also, if you know anything about charm, it can be there's a left hand and right hand side of charming. You know, being able to chant enchantments and such. All right. Charm, just to show you. Charm, to recite, cast a magical spell. Okay, which of course you have the right hand side of the ability to change things through, of course, righteousness, through prayer, chanting holy words, just scriptures. Okay, you know, we have, of course, liberty and righteousness. All right. Then you have the left hand side, magic and wickedness, go by the means of wicked spirits and such. But it says attractiveness, favor, beauty, charm. Okay, approval, praise, going into goodwill, inclination, partial support, coined by Cicero, from the stem of Favour, to show kindness to, from pi, goi, to honor, revere, or worship, to heed, meaningless of good will. So that's pretty much it on there. Regard, also treat, partiality, resemble. That's it pretty much. So approval and praise, you know, these attraction is deceitful. You know, you have it that certain people want to obtain different things from you just from giving you this forms of validation and such. Validation is going into, what is validation in simple words? To validate is to prove that something is based on a truth or fact or acceptable. It also can mean to something like contrast. Let me see. Recognition or affirmation that a person or their feeling or opinions are valid and worthwhile. They have exaggerated needs, perception of validation. Recognition. All right. Someone give me this recognition. You got to be very careful with that. You know, me personally, within my life, I've received different forms of validation. Working within different industries and such, artistically. Say, for example, with music and such, working with different musicians and such. You may behind scenes. I had this instance where behind scenes I was photographing a particular a performance, and I had received by the event promoter backstage passes, something that I didn't ever receive prior. It was my first time receiving it. Many photographers start and begin as hobbyists, and then they would go to different events and just photograph to be able to grow their portfolio, and also to gain experience in these different venues, and you start at these lower venues, and you would photograph and things, and a lot of times these different venues, the promoters that run these different showcases and stuff, they don't have someone working with them directly to deal with their media. Things have changed and shifted nowadays, but I remember, like, and the whole genesis of it back in the day, having a camera, having video camera and such. Not many people had that, especially on a prosumer level. Say for example, I would just show up at these different events. I like and enjoy music, and I would, different performers, I would, photograph. And then, I remember not only the artists, of course they felt a lot of honor. A lot of these different artists, a lot of them, they're not that much inflated by validation or by ego, self. A lot of them are very humble, and they just accept the gift, and they just do it and such as a passion. But of course, also outside influences do change that. But I would go there. Artists, then they want to see the images. I'll show them. I'll tell them. I'll send the images to them. Pro bono, free. And such. They can use them, etc. And then also, I remember, that one of the venues here had gave me the promoter gave me entry to a show that he had, a bigger show, and gave me backstage pages. But I was so I was kind of nervous, because I was like, whoa, backstage package, and the venues very it's real nice, upscale. It's actually, I believe, had a radio station within it too. A big radio station, broadcasting station within it. When I went backstage, I was real nervous to go back there. I went backstage. You're able to go all doors. Doors. You go back there. You show the pass on your neck. Go back there. And then you can, see the different musicians, and, you can pretty much approach them, and such. But it was a different world. One of the actual artists that I knew, from, shooting, and kind of like, because I pretty much would shadow some of these different artists and stuff, because I liked them. This was a chick, she was a so-called Italian chick. She was at the time singing, I believe, like a R&B type of style. Blonde chick too, by the way. But now I think she changed to singing country and ended up falling ill. I think even getting pregnant, getting with some other simp or something. But anyway, she was acting totally different behind stage. She was telling she actually loved me, and that she that I'm great, and I'm just like. She was pretty much telling this to amongst the people that I did not know. I felt very uncomfortable because I'm like, these people don't know me from nothing, and she's telling them about how she loves me. She don't even know me like that. You know what I mean? Of course you see me and you see what I can do, but you really don't. We don't really have a intimate bond. You know what I mean? Other than me, photographing and telling you, yeah, you're cool or something like that. Validation. I may have piped up, telling she was a little bit good at the time. Had some talent. She wasn't the best of vocalists, but she did have, of course, talent. She was pretty too, by the way. That was an example of. And I remember back there, it had a whole a something vibration, back there and backstage. People, you got the dressing rooms and stuff, and I just seen a bunch of weird stuff. So I didn't want to go backstage at all, really. Even though I had access to different backstage events times past, but a lot of times you're just getting taken advantage of in the entry level of it, just to tell you. A lot of people using your work for free and stuff like that in the beginning because you don't have a certain platform, but hey. But it says favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. So favor, okay, attractiveness. We went into that. Khan is deceitful. Shakar, which shakar means lying. Okay, deception, fraud, deceit, deception, falsehood, vanity. Okay, swearing falsely. You hearing? Yeah, man, this dude's great. Which we do have our talents and we're good at, but it came through the spirit. You can sense the spirit of it is not coming from a genuine source. Okay, it's you're coming from a dubious source. Okay, duplicit and such. All right, dubious, puzzling, occasionally doubt of uncertainty, doubtful, hesitation, and opinion. Right, and the scriptures when they talk about opinion, I believe in Sirach 24. I always get Sirach 34. This is the book of Sirach 34. It tells you that thought I had it here. I 3:24. Slack. It says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion overthrow judgment. Their judgment." Okay. And like I said, you have it where a person can cast, like I said, enchantment by that khan, that favor, as if, you're this and you're that. But it's a vain opinion. It's an empty opinion. All right, and that can, deceive you. All right, your own, because you can believe it and accept it as your own when it's not. It came from somebody else. And a lot of course, of people, their opinion upon themselves really has been I feel, definitely the spirit. It's enchantments given by others, and they accepted it as their own, as truth when it's not. You live in lies and such. A person might see on their Instagram that they have this amount of followers and likes, by day, and that of course will inflate their ego, their self, blow them up, puff them up, and such. Scriptures talk about how knowledge puff it up. You of the knowing that you received all this, validation online, and Esau knows it. It's a witchcraft behind it. You of course wants to keep you on the social media and chasing it. These endorphin highs, different dopamine highs and such, different hormonal highs and such, to stay within his platforms, and that, it make you what? As the scriptures say, men shall become lovers of themselves. All right, let me see if I can find this one. So I'll do the spirit. So this is and talk about in the last days. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, For men shall be lovers of their own selves. And this is going into being narcissistic. Okay? Own selves. Lovers. Loving oneself. Going back to this Greek word for autos.
5367. Philautos.
Philautos. Which is loving oneself. Selfish. Yeah, and fond of self. People, to the point where they're like, you can't talk to me because who are you? You see about how the parrot are walking about in the streets and such. And I, like I said, Favour is deceitful, and definitely because I know this, definitely because coming in the truth, when I gave up, I actually literally surrendered. It's a sacrifice to Yahweh Shem Shai, which I was just moved to the spirit. Sacrifice my talents, not particularly in photography, but other talents and other talents that I have. I lost the so-called status in the world, and which making me literally a no name. Losing the so-called fame, okay, which will go into fame, which I believe it goes into meaning having a name, renowned celebrity, talk, rumor, report, reputation, public opinion, renown, ill fame, but also ill fame is you have scandal, speak, famed, much talked about. It was much talked about, of the talent that I had in a certain ability. Brothers have their certain abilities and such that the Lord gifted them with. Now that has completely shifted, and also with me, us brothers would get off of social media. I know brothers do have it, but do counsel. Of course, we're told to, use it mainly for businesses purposes. Because it's another way of Esau Edom, getting into intel on you and such. You posting things on a Facebook, Instagram. They're just nothing but information grabs for Esau Edom. You can use that information in future time. Okay, against you. And like I say, a lot of people will get close to you just for different ulterior motives and stuff, man. So it's like very difficult. You can't. You gotta try a friend. If you to get a friend, you gotta watch out for all this fame stuff. But going back, it says, "For men shall be lovers of their own self, covetousness, boastous, being greedy, trying to go after wealth, others, covetous, proud, covetousness, loving money." Okay. A lot of people just go after you just because they see that you are money interest. They can gain money from being around you or stuff. People that profit off of being around me or something like that. You know what I mean? Where in my ignorance, where I didn't know, it actually benefited them. It says proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, unseparate. Right? Parents, we have spiritual parents, unthankful, ungrateful. You can go into without natural affection, truce breakers, false accuser, incontinent. There's that word incontinent. I must probably start to go into this word a lot. Go into lack of self-control, right? Without self-control, intemperate. All right. And within the whole musical industry, these various industries, they lack self-control. There's so many different appetites that are put before you, lust, just so that you can indulge in, and that destroy you. Okay, it all stem from this favor, man. Despise those that are good, right? Now going back again, so Shakwar Hachan, lying, which is going to deceitful, right? Shakwar Hachan, favor, grace, attractiveness, charm, right? And you got Wahabal, which I believe it means vanity, vain. And it says Hayapa, yeah, right, yeah, Hayapa, yeah, going into in beauty. Okay, so all together, you have it, the favor, or altogether deceitfulness, right, which is because of lying, favor, and you have it vanity, beauty, Ha'asha, which is going to really, it's supposed to be Ayasha, which is going to woman, Yarath, which goes into feareth, from Yara, Yahweh, the Most High, Hayah, B, if I'm not mistaken. And you have Tha, the Halal, which is wanted to be, shall be praised. Okay. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. And we know beauty, it fades. You know what I mean? Out or adorn beauty is fades. And such. So you got these chicks. They literally, they're hyped to get a zillion likes online, and you see they get all these people catcalling in the streets. Dudes is breaking their necks. Damn, they're getting accidents just trying to look at her, and then she still won't even give you the time of day. That's all vanity. Okay, it's all vanity. So you can't, of course, trust in it. All right, especially not. You know what I mean? And it's satanic. It says also. This is Proverbs 6:25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Which is, if I check, it goes with different philosophies. Right, talking about the evil woman. Right, which is different philosophies, different forms of wisdom that seem, of course, like the strange woman, seem appealing, seem good, but are not. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. Neither let her take thee in her eyelids. Because there's these ways of life, these different philosophies that tell you that all this validation and such is you could trust in it, but then you see that in the day of trouble, it all fails and such. You're gonna have many beautiful women that's gonna die and be sitting on the ground in this coming destruction. Seeking the reproach to be taken away, but are unworthy for that. Because the Lord didn't choose them to receive their shame taken away by having the grace of being with a precious man of the Lord. All right, elect man of the Lord. That's what's truly precious. Man with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Man that's humble. Man that's bowed down. Man that's seeking the face of Yahweh Shem Shai, that is not of this world. And you have it. The lust of the flesh. These are the things of the world. let me see if I can get that. The spirit, I thought I was gonna go out and go to the grocery store and stuff, but I ain't. I just feel that the spirit just had me here, so I'm probably no gonna go it. Hearken, my beloved, my beloved brethren, hath not the power chosen the poor of this world rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him. Right. Another scripture. I want to say let's see. Let me see if I can find this scripture. I can't find it. Scripture I'm thinking of, but I can't pinpoint it. It's like you, but I can't pinpoint it. So I mean that's pretty much the lesson through the spirit. Like I said, you got these people. I mean, you just go on YouTube, man. I mean, YouTube is big. I mean, imagine just being a world-class athlete. Which, like I said, you could get validation from Joe Rogan. For martial arts sake. Dudes get validated by Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan give you, just because you're on a UFC event and they got to promote the event, telling you that you're a world-class, you have world-class jiu-jitsu, world-class striking, world-class this and that. And then, you see it really put on the world stage against, because you have it, people are so-called coined that, but he's only doing it because they're on a world-class stage. There's many people that make it to these big shows and stuff like that, but they're not really there. There's only a top tier, it's only a handful of top tier, really best of the best, you know what I mean, that really have that skill set. But they'll get there and then they'll go against a real world class Muay Thai striker, world class, a true, say like a black belt, a true black belt, not just some, these days modern day black belts. Say like for example in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of these guys are really just purple belts. You know what I mean? With it, I've seen it myself too. You know what I mean? Experienced it myself. But there's a lot of dubious validation that's given out there. It's not something for one to trust in. All right, you have the whole going to Hollywood and these porn actresses. They end up learning. You know what I mean? You see it, what they get after they're done and they're nothing. You know what I mean? They're in clubs. And it's why would you whore yourself out? Just for some favor. But a lot of people, they have these demons, lack of self-esteem. They don't know who they are. They're confused. So this stuff can eat them alive. And there's various gods that are placed here, entities that people indirectly worship or directly worship. So put in this society for people to follow after. You know what I mean? And that's why we are thankful of being taken out as well by Yahweh Shai. So I just want to give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Covetousness, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, like Shalom again.